You are not trapped. So today I want to share this concept with you that you're not trapped. So let's give an example. Maybe you are going on a vacation with your boyfriend and your parents said you're not allowed to stay in the same hotel room as your boyfriend. Or your parents is asking you for money and you don't want to give them past a certain amount of money that you're willing to give. And a lot of times when I hear situations like this, the person feels trapped. And I get it because I've also been in that situation before where I felt as if my parents is always telling me I have to do this, I have to do this, and I have no other choices. But in fact, I want to share with you that I did have a choice. I could choose to do what my parents want me to do, or I could choose to do what I want to do. But why is that not possible? It's not possible because I didn't want to deal with the consequence of either my mom keep yelling at me, or my mom getting really mad and walking away. And it's all of these feelings that I didn't want to have to deal with. Because in the back of my mind, I just thought, well, it would have been so much easier if she had understood what I was going through and she changes her mind. But in fact, that is not the case. Very simple illustration. It was last night. My son had already brushed teeth and he was already in bed, but he ended up saying that he was hungry. So my husband at the time said that you can have a piece of bread and you don't have to brush teeth. And I was in the washroom taking my shower, and once I found out that he had eaten bread, I said, you have to brush teeth. And my son said, you're forcing me to do this thing. I don't want to do it. And then I said, okay, then you don't have to do it. And he's like, no, I want to do what you said. He's like, but you forced me. And here's the thing, it's just because we don't want to have to deal with all of those emotions, the baggage that comes with it. And I get it because it is so difficult to do. And there are ways to deal with these emotions. And we have to be willing to face them. It is because we don't want to face these emotions that we don't, so then we end up saying that we are trapped. But in fact, if we are actually willing to face the fact that, okay, if I'm going to do this thing, my mom is going to say, I don't want you anymore. Okay, so what do I want in that case? Or if I choose to rebel against her and she's going to yell at me, so what am I going to do in that case? And if, let's say, in that moment, I really, really don't want to have to listen to her talk and talk and talk, then maybe I get to choose to do what she says and then bring that power back to myself. Yes, it is very frustrating. Yes, it is very dehumanizing sometimes. And yet, at that moment, I chose to do what my parents said because it was in my power, because I really don't want to deal with that right now. And by understanding that I don't want to have to deal with this right now, then I have chosen. It's not that I was trapped to do this. So turning it around, feeling those feelings, and then say, oh, actually, I do have a choice. And at this moment, I chose this. And then now that I chose this, what else can I do to prepare for the next step? And I think this is the dynamic of it, is when something really strong that comes on us, we feel that there is no options, no more options, but it was just because we didn't want to have to deal with all those emotions. So once we're able to deal with the emotions, then we can choose again, bring that decision back to ourselves so that we feel more empowered. And so that's why today my message to you is to make you realize that you do have an option. It's just whether you're choosing to not deal with these negative emotions, or you choosing to go up against her, or your parents, or anyone who's coming down on you. And so reframing the mind in this way allows you to see that, hey, I do have that power to choose, and it gives you more of a expansion to say, okay, if I'm choosing to do it this way, then what's next? What else can I do next? Even though, because sometimes if you're living with your parents right now, and if you don't have the financial resource to leave right now, you do have to save up money. You do need to give yourself some time to save up money to look for a place to move out. And that takes time. And so you're right now, the choice is, I choose to endure this, and I choose to keep working on my next step so that I can make the move when it's time for me. And so this is just a message I want to share with you today, because I really want to let you know you have the power to choose, even though it's like the less of two evils. Which one are you willing to choose right now to better your next step? And for us to reframe this mind frame, you get to be in the driver's seat again. And it can be scary, it can be daunting, and if you feel that you need someone to walk alongside you to make these decisions, to hold your hands, reach out to me. I am your girl, and there's no bad questions, there's no crazy questions. If you have a question, or if there's something that you really want to get out of your chest, I would love for you to share with me in the comment line, so that I can answer them for you. That's it for today. Until next time.